Hello guys, today we are going to discuss a new topic regarding the Pig language, how to deal with it, how to read files, how to load it, how to do some calculation. And our famous example is a word count. So we have a word count file here. We have this file, and this file has a trick. It has some words, but it has different delimiter. It has tab delimiter, and it has also the space delimiter. So we can write big data, big commands in either a grunt thing or in a batch file that we have all the commands and we run the whole file as a big script. So I have here I have written some commands, and we are going to use it one by one and see how it affect our program. Make sure that for example, let's first of all try to load the data and how to run into the big shell. So we'll open, let me quit and clear. So this is a command, like a fresh command prompt. So how to enter into big commands. So we have this command which is big, and if I write big like this, by default it will open in Hadoop cluster is the default one, but I want to run it on a local machine, so I give it this as local. So that means I'm going to run my command in a Grunt shell command line by line and see how it works and see how we are going to execute the command line by line. And then after we understand the program, we will run the whole file and see also how we are loading a script file. So our first command is this one. I'm loading that file in my local machine because I'm using the big as a local. So I'm gonna load this file. Let me clear so we have a clear screen. So this is a Grunt shell, so we can write this command, which is basically load this file and name it as an intro bag. This is a variable, it can have any name, and I'm using the text loader. Okay, text loader because it is text. I need to load it line by line. I can use PigStorage, but if it is comma separated or something, then I can use PigStorage and specify what is the delimiter. Okay, so I'm gonna have a bag called intro, and inside this bag consider it as a table in SQL, and in that table I have one column called word. Okay, and this word is of a type char array. This also can have any name. It can be, you can give it A, B, C. It's just a variable name. So let's load this data. Okay, and now it is loaded. At this moment nothing is loaded in the file system, because what the Pig is doing, actually it's compile all the instruction and then it execute it once only I write dump or storage or store. So let me write dump and see how the data look like now. It takes some time. Okay, yeah, it tells me that it's successfully loaded this file from that specific place. If I'm using Hadoop, then I need to copy this file in the file system, and then don't use big -x local, just use big without the word local, and then it will read it from Hadoop file system. So now we loaded this data in one bag, which is one table. I call this bag intro. You can name it anything. And inside this bag I have, which is my table, I have one column, one field, and that field is called word. Okay, here I can see that the data has tab delimiter sometimes and have also space delimiter. If I only use the tokenize without any, there is a function called tokenize where I can get all of these tokens, all of this word as a specific as a specific field. But if by default I leave it like that, the tokenize function can separate the data based on comma separated, space, parentheses, asterisk, but it doesn't by default separate by tab. So I need to specify that the delimiter here is tab. But if I specify only the delimiter is tab, then this will be considered as one word. It will not see the spaces here. So I need to tell the system that this file has two separator or two delimiter, the tab and the space. Okay, here we go. If in my command file I can simply write tab, which is this one, and then a space. But if I copy this one in the command shell, he will not understand the tab. So I need to specify the tab in another way. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I do it this way and run and do the dump, you will find he didn't understand the tab because basically it didn't work for him. You need better, for that sake, better to put a slash T so he understands that the tab is the delimiter, and then slash space, which is the space delimiter, and then see. But thanks God he understands it now. Normally you can also if I change it here to, instead of this, I can write slash T slash space. So he will understand that my delimiter is T and space. But for now, we are good. And what he did is he has a bag of bags. Okay, bag of bags. The first bag has the first line and separates them. And second bag is the second line. And the third bag is the third line and considered also to do the space delimiter for the second part, like, of the file. Let me open the file. Where is the text file? Not this one. Where is it? Here. Yeah. So this is the first bag. In my inner bag I have another like bag of all of this, and after I made the tokenize, he made for each line a bag, which is a table, and here he understood the tab delimiter and the space delimiter. That's why he in this file, in this shell, he understand it and he separated them. Okay, now I want to remove all of this inner bags. So what I need to do, I am gonna use another function which is called flatten, based on the first column. Because now I don't know what is the column name. He generated for me. I can know what's going on if I write this command, describe, and write the name of that bag. Where is the command file? Command 3. Okay, edit. We did this one, and it is words bag. So if I write words bag, he will tell me how words bag looks like. Words bag. And this is, as I was saying, this is a variable name. It can have any name. What, I wrote it in wrongly or what? Let me check my command file again. Bag is B capital. Here, by the way, make sure that the variable name here are case sensitive. So this is a good way to learn by mistake. So bag. Now he told me there is a bag of token tuple, and each inside it there is another bag of is called, so that is called of tokens. So now I'm not sure what is the name. I can use the word token, but if I don't know how what is the name of the field, I can definitely use percentage and then the order of the field. It is the first field, so the order of it is gonna be 0. So I'm gonna use the third command in my file, which is I want to flatten everything in this one. So let's do this one and then done, and see how the data look like. So basically what I expect is to have all of these words as one column but multiple row. Okay, so basically he had all the words in multiple rows. So now I can do a group by, and then in that group by, once I did it, I'm gonna make a count out of it, so I will know how many times this word has been produced. So the next thing is a group by. So it's an iterative thing. My previous bag is gonna be my current input for this command. So I have another command, which is the group by command. Control V, and then run. And then dump to see what happened. By the time it show me what happened, so here I'm gonna go through the application again. So I have intro, I loaded the file in a bag called intro, and then in that intro bag I went through it for each line of this bag, and I tried to split the token based on the tab and the space, and I put it in a different bag called, this is also a variable name, I can name it anything, A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. And then I wanted to flatten this data in one column with multiple rows, so I can do a group by on it. So I use the flatten functionality, and flatten is basically I do for each words bag, which is the input of is the output of my previous command. I'm going through it and generate flatten based on the first column, which is $0. Okay, once I have done that, and then what I need to do is basically I need to group by. I do group this bag by by the first column itself. So he is gonna see each word how many times it got reproduced or repeated. So here what happened is BDT has a bag of 2 BDTs. Pig has a bag of 2 pigs. Java is being repeated 3 times. Hadoop has been repeated 3 times. MapReduce is only repeated once. So the only thing now is to apply count on this, so I know what is how many time this word has been reproduced. So I'm gonna say count, copy, paste, and then run. Sorry, I don't know, it's, yeah, run, and then dump. Once I do the dump, he will execute this command, and he will count number of occurrence, how many times this word is being generated, and then we need to write it down. Okay, here also this is the temp output file. Okay, so sorry, I'll go to the desktop, I will remove that folder, delete, because we are gonna create the same folder, move it to trash. Okay, and now once I'm done here, he will tell me, yeah, BDT is being repeated twice, number of count big is twice, Java 3 times, Hadoop 3 times, MapReduce is 1. Okay, what I need to do, I want to write this down in one file. So basically what I'm gonna do is write down this bag that is we just generated into that folder, and he will write it for me. So let's compute this command, Control V, and then run. By default, I told you he's not gonna execute except when you write dump or store. So now he's gonna execute this and write the file. If we go to the desktop, we will find a folder has been generated, and the file is being generated with big data T, technology, big, Java, Hadoop, and MapReduce. So we finished this lesson. But how to run the, instead of Grunt, how to run or call a big file script in one shot. So let's quit and go to the normal thing, and I'm gonna remove the file again, remove the folder, delete, move to trash. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell the big -x local, and then basically I want to run this file. I write command 3 because I'm already in the desktop. So let me list to make sure that I'm in the desktop list. No, I'm not in the desktop, so I'm gonna say cd desktop. So I'm now in the desktop, and then I write execute that file. And make sure that the folder is already not exist, so he will create that folder for me. He's running the file now, and he will tell me my input file is this file and my output file is this file, and here we go. We'll go through another exercise soon where we will go through some other example with some other function as well. So yeah, he reads this file and he wrote it in that file, and we are good to go. Folder, yeah, counted correctly. So let's do one more example. I'm not gonna implement it one by one. I'm just gonna run the file, but let's explain the problem and see the output. Okay, so basically I have user file which is comma separated, this file. Okay, I have ID name age, ID name age, ID name age, ID name age. So you can change the names, you can do whatever you want and check. Okay, and these people has visited some websites. So I have another file called links, and that links has the ID of the user and the link itself. So user number 1 visited Google, user number 2 visited Yahoo, 3 Hotmail, 4 MIU, and then 1 Google, 2 Yahoo, 2 Hotmail, 3 MIU. So basically what I want to do, I want to see, my problem is to see the top 5 links that is being that's been visited by the users who are in age from 18 to 25. So now what we are gonna do, let's break this down into multiple steps. So first step, I need to get the users that are from 18 to 25. So I'm gonna do a filter. So let's go to command 2 and explain that program. So first of all I'm gonna load the file user and the file links, and also this can be any names. You can name it whatever user, whatever links. Okay, and here we are going to use the PigStorage with the comma separated. Okay, and here I'm defining the schema. I have an ID, which is integer, name, which is character, array, and then age, which is integer as well. Definitely this you can name it as different as you want. You can, instead of ID, you can name it user ID. And the link, I have the ID, which is the user ID, and the link character array, or you can say it website, for example. Okay, what we need to do, we need to filter by the age and make sure that we only use the users who are from 18 to 25. So I'm gonna say selected user as a parameter. I can name it anything. I'm using filter on what? Filter on the user bag, which is I loaded here, by what? By age. This is the age that you specified here. Okay, age greater than 18 or equal 18, and age less than or equal 15. So this variable should be the same variable as here. So basically I created a table called user, has 3 column ID, name, and age, and doing a filter based on the age. Okay, after that I got the users that has 15 to 20, 18 to 25. Why I did the filter? To reduce the number of data. So next step, actually I want to reduce the number of data, so I don't have more network or storage or communication in the file system and the network. So I'm trying to do the filter first. In any case, in any example, try to do the filter first to reduce the volume of the data that you are going to process later on. So that's why I did the filter in early stage. And then what I want to do, I want to join that bag or that new table with what? With join this table by what? By the 01, by column 0, which is the ID. Okay, comma what? I want to join it with the table which is links, based on what? Based also on the first column, which is ID. So here I'm doing join between two tables, this table or this bag and this bag. Okay, so now let's do this and see the output and see how it will look like till here by Grunt. So I'm gonna say big minus x local and then done. I did this multiple instruction. So basically what I'm expecting to see a join between the two tables, and then I'm gonna see what I need to do out of this. Yeah, it's fine. He loaded these two files. It's okay. And he has the output in that temp. And now see, he did the join between Islam and Muhammad, which is the guys that has only age of 21 and 18. The other guys, if we look at the file users, you'll find Ahmad is 41, which is an old guy, me, and Nader, which is 48. So this got excluded from the file. Okay, and then what happened? He joined Islam with the file, with the website that he visited. So Islam visited Hotmail, MIU, Yahoo, and Google, and Muhammad visited Yahoo, Hotmail, MIU, and Google. Okay, so now what we want, what we are interested in. We are interested in the top 5 links. So basically I'm not interested in any of the other data, so I'm gonna project only the link, which is the website. So this is my command here. What I did is generate, I am gonna do the visited websites. I will go through that join the table. For each line in this join table, generate only the link, only the website. So if I do this, dump, you will see that I excluded all the other columns and I have only one column with the link. And then I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna group by it and do the count and see the top, and then sort them and then choose the top 5, which is my exercise. So let's see how it works now. Now I have these things. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do exactly like the same, like the word count. I'm gonna go do group by of this, which is this one line. I'm gonna do group by the visited link by the link. So as the previous exercise, dump. And what I'm gonna do later, I'm gonna do count on that field, but now I'm using a S of 1, because what I want to count, if let's see how it will work, and then I'll tell you why I'm using S1 and $1 instead of $0. Let's take this, copy. Okay, now I have Yahoo, Google, Hotmail, and MIU twice. So what I want to have this, which is by default when I do group by, the first column will be named as group, and the second column, which is this one, this is why I want to do counting. So I'm telling the system count on column number 2, which is $1, because column number 1 is $0. So if I do this command, done. So by default, when we do sorting, the system will do sort ascending from smaller to bigger, but we want the larger data first, the big number first, so we will do sort descending. So for that we need, when we call the sort, we need to call the descending thing. So let's see the link now. Sorry, the dump sometimes takes some time. Yeah, so now MIU, Yahoo, Google, and Hotmail. So basically, in this case, we have only 4, but we need the 5 top links. If my file has big data and huge amount of websites and huge amount of users, then definitely this is gonna be more different. But for now, this is my data. Definitely you can change it. You can put any number of ID and stuff, and then you will have different data, definitely. So what I want to do is, for example, if it was 2 1 1 1, but here it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any difference because all of them are 2. But let's do our, because we don't know, so let's do our sorting. Okay, our sorting is, we will take the output, this one, order this one by what? By first column to descending. So this is my condition, this is my command. I'm ordering my previous bag. Oh no, I need to have the whole thing. The sorted link bag, I'm creating another bag called sorted link. Okay, you can name it anything. You can name it links, sorted, S links, whatever. And order what? Order my previous bag, also count link, which is, you can name it whatever based on the previous bag as well, and do the arrangement, do the sorting based on the first column descending. Once this is done, it will be the same because all of them are this thing. I need to do what? I need to read only, again, this is a group by thing, I need to read only the links. So I'm gonna project or get rid of the counter. خلاص, I'm done with the counter. So I'm gonna read only the group, which is the links, the sorted links. Copy, paste, and then dump. See, here I have the link and the number of visit, link and number of visit. Here, after this, I will have only the links sorted by the number of visit descending, and then I remove the count and I will keep only the links. Okay, if it is 100 of links, then I need the top 5 only. So what I'm gonna do, I will have another command which is limit the previous bag, and then I give him number of rows that I want. So basically limit the previous one, we get the 5 rows, top 5 rows, and that we are good to go. And wait for a second. You don't need to do dump for each stage, but just this is for your understanding, to see the output, how for each command what is the result and everything. It loaded again. Everything load. The system is saying I loaded this, I did that, and yeah, now Hotmail, Google, Yahoo, MIU, he sorted them. Okay, and now I can do the limit. Top 5 limit only links by 5, and then dump. And finally I'm gonna store my output in a different folder, which is the store thing. So I'm not gonna run the store command, I'm just gonna run the whole file again. So I'm gonna clear and run command 3. Make sure that the folder that I already created earlier, top 5, is deleted, so move to trash. Then I'm gonna run. Here it's very nice, it tells you how many percent is completed, 60%, and we're waiting still. Imagine if this is a huge file and huge number of data, definitely is gonna be more time. It's 80% complete and we are good to go in a moment. Reduce task executor compute 2, so the reducer is being done. And he tells you this is everything. Input is correct, output he put it in a temp output file, and it is successfully loaded. And finally we will have our result soon. Still working. yeah, this is our top 5, and then I'll quit here. I'll go back to this, and then I'm gonna run my command 2 file and generate everything. Still it will take some time now, because this is, yeah, it sees the store command which I added at the command 2. It sees this command, and it's gonna create a folder called top 5 for me in my desktop, and store this data, which is the output. So basically, if I go to the desktop, I will see, once it's created, I will see a top 5 folder is created. Let's wait for it. Still under process. Now it creates the top 5 for me, and if you see, it has the top 5 things. If you can see here, the output file is R. That means that process need a reducer. If, for example, you used only projection or filter function, then you will have the output file with M without a reducer. So, but because we used group by, we use sort, we use many things that needs a reducer functionality. Let me go through the input and output again, and then you guys can see and play around with this data. If I go to the desktop here, you can play with if for example, this file, if you added multiple users, different users, everything, but the same structures of the file will be the same, and the output will be the same. If you change here this data, the links, then you need to run the application and run the script and see the output again. So basically, you can run different websites, you can run with different users and see the data. And let me know if you have any question, put it in my description down below. And thank you. And I'm gonna also upload the input files, so and the big files as well, so you can guys have a look. Thank you and all the best. See you in a different lecture.